Good morning, everybody. Hope I don't offend anybody, and I don't criticize and judge, and especially don't criticize and judge me, man. All right, everybody. Today's video is gonna be not saying that I'm a player, not saying that I've been lucky enough to live an awesome life in my life, but this video is gonna be special. There's gonna be an encore to it. All right. I want everybody to know that I've been seriously thinking about a video like this, and I don't know how am I gonna react when it happens to me. So if it has happened to you, let me know. All right. Today we're gonna talk about mis suegros, you know. Everybody. I don't know if your father ever asked hand in marriage for a woman to marry you. Well, I've been lucky enough. I think I count 3 women that my grandpa asked hand in marriage, and like 3 or 4 my dad had hand in marriage. Well, the video is gonna be like this. I'm gonna go ahead and describe all the hand in marriages that my grandpa and my father have asked, and after that, next video or so on, I'm gonna try to interview my new suegro, everybody. Se llama Don Ricardo, and he's an amazing person. But rewind. We'll start at the beginning, everybody. So many years ago, I was brought up old school. You know how our parents and our great grandparents and everybody always they find us someone to marry while we're young. Well, the story starts like this, more or less. My grandma and my tia Juana wanted that one of their kids to get married. Obviously, their kids never got married. Then they thought about their great grandkids. Well, their great kids, which is me. Well, as time evolved, my dad's shy, everybody. He likes to keep everything down low, and he don't like to make a scene, and he wants to do it discreetly, you know. And he doesn't want to go out there and put himself out there. It's not for reals. And me, myself, and I, you know, el mero, I've put him to the test a couple times. So the first person that we're gonna talk about that I went in and asked hand in marriage is gonna be my grandfather. So I was a young cat, and at that time, love didn't ever pass through my head. I didn't believe in love, but my grandpa, my grandma, and everybody, I'm old school. So I used to be a travieso, desmadroso, you know, like they didn't know if I was gonna live another day, another year, and they wanted me to find love. They wanted me to, get married, have kids, and settle down, and be responsible, and be a family man. That happened to my grandpa. Mi grandpa le pasó lo mismo. He had 3 kids with 3 different mothers. First one, my tia Rosalba, my tío Miguel Cisneros, and then my mom, then the rest of the kids. So my grandpa wanted me to not follow his footsteps. He wanted me just to settle down and everything. And Jojo was dating Antonieta, and everybody knows the story. It was a love story, everybody. And he wanted to go propose to Antonieta. You know, being time, you know. Father time, no, it's undefeated, everybody. So my grandpa was gonna go and ask for Antonieta, and he asked hand in marriage to Antonieta's grandmother and mother. And the father wasn't an approval, and they technically we did a good thing. We had the food, and we asked for the hand in marriage, and they said yeah. Marriage didn't happen, everybody. At that same time, my grandpa goes, I didn't feel the excitement. I didn't feel the love. I didn't feel the la chispa, you know. So what about you, Manuel? I'm already tuxedoed out. I'm already like ready to go ask for hand in marriage. I want to marry my family right now. So it's a happy days, you know. So my tío Silencio, everybody, menu. And my grandfather, they got all tuxed out again the next following day, or like the week before they came back. We're in San Luis Rio Colorado, Sonora. Wow. My tío Silencio, my grandpa on the LTD, like a Marquis car, and I'm in the back, you know. I'm in the back. My grandpa's like driving, my tío Silencio, and I'm in the back. I'm like, you know what? And then in the back, see Miguel, Oralia, Irene, see Antonieta. You see the whole family, like, todo un escándalo. Like, you can't imagine. They're all like, we want to see, you know, you're going to get slapped, you're going to get beat up, you're going to whatever. I got the mariachis, everybody. And got the mariachis and everything. And we went and we knocked on the door. Ta, ta, ta. You know, and finally opened the door, and my grandpa went and told him, hey, I'm here to ask for hand in marriage. And you know, I think that it's time that the young kids form a family and do todo. And I mean, everybody knows that they're together. You can't take them apart. And everybody had passed about a year and a half, right, everybody? So it wasn't like a spontaneous thing, you know? And I was like, whatever, you know? And my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, that we fought and we argued, and they threw me hot water, and we went through the whole shebang, como me dijo mi Romy, shebang, you know? The whole shebang. And it wasn't glamorous, but we did have mariachi. We did have food. And I got to talk to my brother-in-laws. And I told them that I love their sister. And let the past be the past, because we got in a fight. Everybody knows the story. And they're all like looking at me like, you gonna get your way? I got my way, my brother. And I went up to my Rogelio. My grandpa and Rogelio talked. You could kind of hear that they mumble and grumble, and had a situation that it wasn't a pretty sight. But he agreed. Rogelio told me, hey, welcome to the family. And I said, all right, thank you. So as everybody knows, it was just a proposal, okay? And you're supposed to give a ring and all this. I didn't give no ring, because I wasn't the one who wanted to get married, everybody. My grandpa, la mamá de Oralia, Rodolfo, and Irene, Oralia, they're the ones that instigated. I thought they were going to come up with the ring. So we proposed for 1 year. Obviously, everybody knows. She got pregnant and everything. She said she didn't have the kid, and we didn't get married, everybody. Sad but true story, everybody. So we didn't get married. Well, the next 6-7 months, my grandpa goes, "Mijo, what happened?" And I'm like, "I'm not with her no more." I go, "Why?" You know, I went and I talked and I got all cheated up, you know, Dio Celeste way and everything. And I said, "It ain't happened, Grandpa." Well, there was another girl, and se llamaba Gloria, and she used to work at La Michoacana, right there in San Luis. I'm talking about ridiculous body. I'm talking about, wow. So my grandpa said, "Well, what about her?" "Okay, Grandpa, let's go." And she was a poor person that was struggling. They lived outside the outskirts of San Luis, Colorado, next to Viva Mexico, next to the cemetery, where all the, not the homeless, but the encampment, the cartón, the madera, you know, all the houses that people that they're from other states, they come to the border and they're trying to cross the border with their micas and all that, but they stay a little too longer, you know what I mean? But they all work and they all have, like, you know, their jobs and everything, and they're just waiting for the opportunity to come to the United States. So I took my grandpa with me to go propose to Gloria, and I got on one knee too. All right, everybody. I took her some flowers, remember? And she was like crying, and oh my God, it's gonna finally happen, you know. And my grandpa told them, and my suegro, I don't remember his name, everybody. He was like, "So what, you're gonna immigrate all of us? You're gonna take us all?" And when he said all, I got fucking scared. I said, "No, I'm gonna just take her." But she's like, "Well, she's the oldest one. If you take her, who's gonna help us feed the kids and take care of the rest of the family and that? So if you take us all." I said, "Hell no." I told my grandpa, "We out of here. I don't want this shit." And my grandpa goes, "Mijo, that's too tight." I said, "Grandpa, I don't care. I'm out of here. I'm not gonna be fucking supporting the whole fucking family. They had like about fucking 5-6 kids. Hell no." I go, "I'm not gonna be giving all my money and supporting them and then que les arrepta. Hell no." Well, obviously everybody knows that I didn't get married. Well, now it's my dad's turn, everybody. So now I'm about 19 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old, 18 years old probably, and I'm going a lot to Mexico and everything. And, me and my dad had a conflict, but we worked it out, you know. And I told my dad, I want to make him proud, you know. I want to make him proud. And he goes, "All right." My grandma was still alive, and I said, "Grandma, I want to fulfill your dream. I want to make you proud." And she's like, "Okay." Agarramos nuestras maletas. We got the tecolote, and we took off to Guadalajara. We got the taxi, and we landed in Tonaya, and then we got a truck. We went to El Rasguño, allá in San Isidro over there, and we got to my tia Juana. I remember it was about 7 o'clock in the morning. But first we went to Las Pitayas and El Grullo. No, we went to El Grullo, got some pitayas, and then went to Tonaya. From Tonaya, went to go ask with our strong. So we ended up staying there. I say about 3 days. 3 days. So we got there at 7 o'clock in the morning. Right away, we got the whole shebang. And we went to La Toma. And my tia Juana goes, what is this about? What you guys are here for? You didn't announce it or anything. And my grandma told them, you know how we always made a promise to one another? Well, which one of your daughters wants to marry my son? My grandson. And they talked about it and go, let's just think about it. Let's sit down and organize our thoughts and see what they think about it and see what happens. So we went to La Toma and they took me with the cows and the elotes, the granada and everything. That night, I remember it rained. It rained and my dad was pale. He didn't want to come out to eat dinner. And my grandma, my tia Juana, they were talking to one another. And everybody knows me and Gloria, we had a bond. We have a bond. And I'm over there, she's doing me some tortillas a mano en el comal with leña and everything. And she's like, what's going on? And she's the mother, right? I said, didn't tell you? She said, no. Yo tan chismoso que soy. I told her, well, I'm here to ask hand in marriage. What? I go, yeah, I'm here to have hand in marriage. He goes, what? Otra vez. To who? She's like thinking about rancho and thinking of all the girls and because I dated a lot, you know. Who's the lucky one? I said, I don't know. My mom, my grandma, and your mom, they're working it out right now. She goes, for real? I go, for real. Right away, all the girls, la fea, la chita, y la seca, they went and took a shower and got all cheated up, you know. I was fucking fine. I was flying. I was badass, you know. Estaba Juan. And we all said, all right, we're going to eat tonight and there's going to be a big surprise. Hello, everybody. So, it was raining, right? Pouring. And my dad, his legs, his pressure, everything got to him. So we didn't do it that night. So now everybody's buzzing around, and my grandma and my tia didn't agree which one I was gonna marry. They still needed more time, but we could develop a relationship and we could bond together a little more. Like, you know, my grandma and them. Well, I like this one for him, but I like this one for him. I like this one for him, but I like this one for him. So it was from La Seca and La Chita. Chita was the most pretty one, the one that has a body and but the young one. Seca is the mean one. She's like flaca, you know, like she don't have no body, no nothing. So my grandma's telling her she's kind of ugly, you know, like aim for the pretty one. And all this time I'm thinking about Ophelia. So I'm like, hey, if we get Ophelia, I'm good, you know. I would have got married right on the spot, you know. So the next day passed by, we go to La Toma and everybody, and sends me out with La Seca, and we didn't really hit it off. There was no sparks, there was no magic. And come back. Then they sent me to town, to Tonaya, with Chita. I visited with the brother, and we kind of hit it off. You guys gotta understand, she had a little body and she was beautiful, but she was only 14. I was 18. Seca was 15, and Pelia was 18. So I felt like a big man with a little girl, you know. In Mexico, it's that's the age to get married at 14. So we got back on the third day. I told my dad, we're both in the room with Tal Molino, you know. And I told my dad, hey, you're gonna have to fucking muster it up because you're gonna have to go ask my hand in marriage. So next thing he gets up, and I swear to God, my dad was wobbly, he was sweating, he was perspiring, he was pale, and he came back in the room like, I can't, go with me, suck it, let's go. So we get up and go, and he gets in there and he almost has like a panic attack. And I don't know what came out of his words, and my grandma, my tia Juana, Gloria, and the whole shebang, the whole family, even the Doño and everybody, like, it was just like looking at my dad like, who's the lucky one? You know, is it 1, 2, or 3? Which one, you know? And my dad just paled and paled. And my grandma tells him, no tienes algo que decir. And he's scared of my tia Juana because she's tough, you know. And he don't wanna propose and not happen because he's gonna be embarrassed, you know. And he's scared, and this is the first time my dad's ever gonna ask somebody in marriage, you know. He gets on one knee. I thought, no, Dad, I get on one knee. And then all three of them were like crying real estate, you know. They're all like cheat up and bañaditas and, you know, with their, you know. And they're looking fine as hell. And, so coming back to the story, my dad got all paled and he got all like nervous and everything, and like I say, he got on one knee, but I told him, no, you get up, I'm the one that has one knee. So my grandma and my tia Juana and Gloria, they just like stood there and said what he had to say. Then I asked my dad, which one did you pick? Because I don't know, ask your grandma. So my grandma and my tia agreed that they could afford to let go of Chita, because Ofelia is the one that housed the whole family and has the family together, and they got Bonnie Padrecito and all that. They, you know, and then they seen the vibes that me and Chita could have. She's still young. I could mold her, make her, and we could make a relationship, you know. So the third day, me and her, and we went around to La Toma and walked around and talked, and we got to know each other, and we said, hey, look, it's gonna be hard, but we're gonna make it. It's 1 year from now, and I left her some money, and so I'll be back in 3 months. And came back in 3 months, and I bought her some pants and stuff like that. And straight up told me, she goes, you know what? I'm in love with someone else. I'm like, what? And I remember I had the ring and I had the rest of the stuff, you know. And I told my tia Juana, and then what happened, you know, and they said, hey, no. So then this time I said, you know what? Well, screw it. I'm gonna ask hand in marriage to Ophelia, and that's really what I wanted. So I asked Don Toño. Don Toño came out with an old ass 1901 gun, the pólvora and everything, and a shotgun, and we're in a bonfire, and we're having an awesome conversation, and I tell him, and he tells me, ¿qué chingados tienes tanto? I enjoy your company because you make me laugh and you have a lot of stories and all that. Pero ¿qué chingados tienes? And I tell him, wow, I'm here for Ophelia. Está bien. A ver, Ophelia, ven para acá. And Don Toño blessed us and told us that she deserved to be happy, and she didn't have to be taking care of all the kids and, you know, going through the whole shebang, you know. And we made it official, and we lasted dating each other for like a year and a half. I kept going over and over and over and over until I didn't go over. It didn't work out, everybody. I guess love has to be part of you. You can't make it, you know. And I guess we see each other more as family, and we bonded more together as family than love, you know. It was like kissing or being with your sister, you know. That's no good. So that didn't work. So the next one that I'm gonna talk about was Maura Chavez Flores. My grandpa and my tío Roberto, they came and they asked a hand in marriage a la suegra, the grandmother of the kids, because Maura grew up with her. And through the phone we asked marriage, my suegro and my suegra over there in Salvador. But my grandpa talked to the grandmother or suegra, you know, and he asked for the hand in marriage, and they said yeah. And obviously everybody knows that my tío Roberto loved and cared about her. Maura played with us cards and was part of the club, you know, but it didn't work out. I enjoyed it. I had an awesome time and all, but it didn't work out. Well, now we're going back to my father. So ya había ido a Mexico and everything, and my dad was already used to work for me and everything. So I gave him some free time. Paid him his airplane and took him with me to go ask hand in marriage Ofelia. Ofelia, esta mami. And I got to see my suegro. Se llama my suegro. I'm blacked out right now with the name. Aventura. And my dad asked for hand in marriage and everything, and they agreed. Me and my suegro, we used to play cards and stuff like that. It's an awesome story. I'll tell you guys a story. He plays cards, and me and my primos, we went and go play cards with him, and we won her over. Bobby made me all kinds of food y todo, and I told him that I wanted to be with your daughter, and he agreed. The mom agreed, and obviously I did get married, everybody, and that's how my daughter was born. And they expected a big wedding over there, but my family wouldn't go to Mexico, so they were kind of disappointed that they didn't have a big pachanga and all that. So I did have it at my house in Baldwin Park. Everybody knows. Everybody went. My primos, desde José Luis, desde mi Jojo, my grandma, my grandpa, mi tío Pepe, mi tía María. Everybody went. Everybody went. Well, not my tía María, but my tía Carmen, mi tía Aurora. Everybody went. Yeah, actually, my tía María went too. And obviously, Linda and I had the whole family, and I got married in front of my lawn, and in the back where the trees at, we had a badass wedding. We had DJ todo, mi tía Rosalba, and everybody came, mi tío Carmelo, and in those days no one had died. I think the only one that had died was my tío Roberto. And after that, every single person that went to my wedding is dead already, technically. And Berta and everybody was so happy for me, and I thought I was gonna be married for life, but I guess it didn't happen. Well, we're to the last one. So I told my dad that this time is my last, and I told him, "Hey, Dad, let's go have hand in marriage." He goes, mijo, you sure? I was Romy. He goes, so for Romy, yeah. Romy, he does love you a lot. He does care about you a lot. He said, yeah, let's go. And Mago was going to go with us, but chickened out. I guess she didn't feel that it was her time, her appropriate, you know? So she abandoned my dad, and my dad said, fuck it, it's now or never. And, you know, he got all jig up and everything, and nervous as hell, and he started playing cards. Everybody knows the story. Well, nobody knows the story. So I started with a little cart. I started playing with my suegro, and I put 1 point that he owed me. So I was up to I won 5 in a row. And then my dad got there, and when my dad got there, the whole shebang, como dice Romy, changed. And now, not only did I have my points, I have my Ricardo's points, which is okay. Then I have my dad. So every time they paid me or I lost to one of them, I crossed it out. And Roberto and my dad, which is my suegro, everybody, right? They started clowning me and punking me, and que anda que sus puntitos, que anda que sus rayas, and I go, all that shit. They just clowned the shit out of me. They took off stacks of money, and they said, fuck that. This is how we play. And I'm like, I wasn't trying to go in there and take his money away, but he puts saliva on it, and he like makes those cards pop. And my dad, they both of them started like their true colors and everything. And we're in the midpoint. He told me, slow the game down. We're here for a reason. Dad, say what you gotta say. And my dad told him that we loved Romy, and she's part of the family, and we're not giving up. She's coming with us. She's part of us too, And the dad, he got emotional, and he got amazed that people love Romy and accept her with her kids, and accept how she is, how she lives, and her rules, and her her past. And I told him straightly that I honestly love her. I accept her, and I'm more than happy to be with her, not as a prize or as a gem, as a trophy, as a human being, as a person that I'm happy around her. I'm happy with her, And he said, yeah, I'll give you the hand in marriage. So that's how the last proposal that I have, and we might not ever get married, but with God, nuestra Virgencita and everything, we don't need to. And we know that we're meant for one another, and we're gonna make the best out of it until the wheels fall off, And she knows my intentions, and she knows that I'm serious. And but dad knows that dad didn't accept me in the beginning. Of course, everybody wants the best for their kids, and he didn't know nothing about me, and probably thought I was a loser, a person trying to take advantage of her, gonna beat her up, or once he seen that the kids love me, and everybody accepts me, and everybody knows how I treat Romy, how I bring the sunshine, and on a cloudy day I could bring out and burst like the sun, and I bring joy into the family, and he's seen the difference in her, and he knows more than anything that time comes fast, and we have to have the opportunity to have someone to grow old with and love, and someone that understands us, someone to communicate, someone to to have a story, you know, someone to wake up to, someone to love, someone to come home to, someone to celebrate Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, your birthday, all, you know. And Romy, for a while, she didn't isolate herself, but she wasn't taking advantage of what life is giving her. Hope, love, excitement. And the dad seen all that and me with her, you know. And a little tear came out, and my dad felt emotional because Romy earned his trust, and she's there. And not only she did that, but she also went on my heavily mom's birthday todo. And my dad seen how she conducts herself and how much respect she has for my mother and everybody, and how she includes herself, and how she makes me feel, you know. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful in every way. And I hope life really gives me. Well, I'm gonna give myself the opportunity, you know. I'm not gonna let the wheels fall off. And Romy, little by little, she's enduring and changing. We went to Tijuana, and everybody heard that story already, and she's already enduring. I take her to the family parties, and people tell her, "No, I'm just drinking." And I'm like, I don't care. If I get drunk, she drives, and she knows that I would never put her in a situation. And when I ask her, you know, to drive Bertha, she drives Bertha, you know. Bertha's my car, everybody. But my intentions are truthful and honest. And well, the whole concept of this whole video is to interview my father-in-law. So I've asked all these men about hand in marriage and all that. But this time I had like 10 questions. 10 see how he feels, and hopefully I have the opportunity to record them and see what he thinks about the whole shit, you know, and see a different perspective to see if I'm bullshitting or I am the person that I say I am, you know. And I want to know if they're honest, and they feel like, you know, like the excitement, and do they feel that I'm man enough to marry their daughter, to make them happy, and what are the intentions, or like, you know, how does he see me, or what do you think about me, and what do you feel when my dad went and asked if I could be with his daughter and all that, you know. I want their perspective. I want Romy to have something that she could always see it over and over and over and over. See how her dad, and how he gave the most precious gift that he has, which is his daughter. And what does he feel? You know, I want the honesty. What does he feel about me? You know what I mean? I've caused them headaches and arguments and situations, and but I've also given them hope, love, and I inspire them to believe in love and faith, you know. And he knows that I'm a family man, divorced, and I have a daughter. He knows how I treat his kids, grandkids, I guess, and how excited they are, and I'm not just fucking with their emotions, you know. So that's the next interview that I want to do. So that's more or less the hand in marriage proposal that life is giving me. Well, hope everybody enjoys this one. And it's the last. So Romy, don't give up. Be strong. Because if not, I'll ask my dad again. I just played around. everybody. Hope you guys enjoy this one.